Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes. I'm your host, Nick Corner, Assistant Commissioner for Media Relations at the Northern Sun. Today, we are joined by Katie Kolb of the Winona State softball team. Katie, thanks for joining us on the Spotlight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Katie, before we get into softball, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally from St. Charles, Illinois, which is about 4 hours away from Winona State. I'm a fifth-year senior due to COVID, and I'm studying business administration as well as human resources.
Outstanding. Fifth-year senior, so you've been there a while, but you said St. Charles, Illinois. How did you end up at Winona State from there?
I actually had a girl on my high school team who committed to play softball here, and then just heard about Winona State, started looking them up. They were interested in me throughout the recruiting process. I was very fortunate to gain a strong relationship with my coaching staff, and I would definitely give my coaching staff all the credit on why I ended up here at Winona.
Excellent. Obviously, you got there, you started playing right away. This is now your fifth season, and the Warriors are off to another great start, 11-2 in non-conference play this season. We're about to enter NSIC play next week. What have you learned so far about this team this season?
First, we're a very, very deep team. We have a lot of depth, and offensively and defensively. We for sure have been able to see that it takes a lot of people to be successful, not only just our starters, but people coming off bench in big time situations. So that's been very cool to see. We have a very strong team chemistry, which I think that takes a team very far. So we're just very lucky and very fortunate to be able to play again.
Yeah, team chemistry, always huge. And Coach Jones said in the preseason release, this team has balance between experienced veterans like yourself and new faces. Tell us about the Warrior team this year.
We were really lucky to have an incoming freshman class of, I think, 7 or 8 come in, and some of them have made an immediate impact already, which is really cool to see. The 3 seniors that decided to come back, myself, Jordan Clement, and Allie Nowak, we just take pride in that leadership role and try to lead the team to our best abilities. We do have a lot of strong upperclassmen as well, Liz Potts, Ann Spolinski, Riley Stout, who've also made a huge impact on the team. So we're just really fortunate to have that strong upperclassmen class lead the underclassmen, but also very fortunate to have an underclassman make an immediate impact right off the bat.
So for you personally, you have a great eye at the plate. You have a mix of high batting average with a leading amount of base on balls. What do you attribute to being able to be so selective at the plate?
I just think my biggest role as a leadoff hitter is just to get on base. I'm very fortunate to have a solid 8 hitters after me, be able to drive the ball and get me in. So I just take pride in getting on base as much as I can. I do very well with the pitch selection, and I do take pride in that. But like I said, just knowing that I have 8 people behind me who can get the job done is really important.
All right. So you mentioned you're a fifth-year senior. You came in as a freshman and started playing right away. If you were to give any advice to the younger players on the team, what would it be for them to succeed?
I would just say just enjoy every moment. A lot of us experience the game that we love and work so hard for being taken away from us last year. And that was really hard for me personally and a lot of my teammates. So just enjoy the moment that you're in. Don't take anything for granted and just simply have fun. It's hard being a competitor and wanting to succeed all the time, but sometimes we lose track of the fun aspect of it. So just enjoying the moment you're in.
So what have you done as a team leader to try to stay positive, especially with last year with the cancellation and then not knowing until weeks or months ago if there was going to be a season this year?
Yeah, it was really hard. We were actually down in Florida for our spring break trip, and I had a senior class. There was 5 of us last year, and unfortunately 2 of my teammates weren't able to come back, but the 3 of us are very fortunate to have the opportunity that we do have. But we talked a lot with each other, trying to keep each other positive and stable. We were very emotional at that time. But we're really lucky to have the coaching staff we have. They reached out, we did some team Zooms and just try to keep things as normal as possible.
Now you guys are back and you made it through non-conference. You have this weekend off before you start conference play next week. What do you guys are focusing on during this time going to conference play? You got a few days off before you start off next Tuesday.
Yeah, we did really well in Missouri. We were looking to go 5-0. but we'll stick with the 3-2. As we do start conference play, we have been very successful throughout conference play in years past. So just having that target on our back is going to be big for us. We just look to keep doing what we've been doing, and I think we'll be just fine.
You open up with Upper Iowa. What do you know about the Peacocks this season?
Yeah, a lot of us have played them a lot. We actually saw them down in Missouri playing, and they seem to have a very talented pitching staff. So we have been working on that offensively and just staying within ourselves and not trying to do too much at the plate. Defensively, we're a very solid team, so just making the plays when we need to make the plays and do what we know what to do best.
Excellent. And before we let you go, as we mentioned, fifth-year senior, what are your last year for softball? So what are your plans down the road ultimately after Winona State this season?
I hope to enter the workforce as soon as possible. It's been an easy process for me, but just continue doing applying to different jobs and see where that takes me. But right now, I've just been focusing on softball, and I hope to be here playing softball till we win a national championship.
All right. Well, best of luck to you and the Warriors as you start up conference play next week and throughout the rest of the season. That'll wrap up this week's show. Katie, thanks for taking the time to join us. Best of luck to you and the Warriors the rest of the season.
Thank you.